Hey guys, Ben here with If Nutrition, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you all about cheat meals, better known as refeed meals, while cutting. What they are, what they do, why they're important and how you should use them. But like I say, let's stop referring to them as cheat meals. We need to start looking at them as refeed meals. This is not a bad thing. We do not want to create bad associations with food and issues with food. Ultimately, it's just sometimes we want to consume foods that are a little bit more calorie dense and not as nutrient dense. But that's okay, because as long as we build them into our calorie allotment for the week, we're all good. Now, although it may appear counterintuitive, because we're going from being in a calorie deficit back up to maintenance or in a slight surplus, it might seem counterintuitive, but this can actually help us lose weight over the long term. And over this video, I'm going to explain why. But before we jump into it, I'd love to know firstly, are you using refeed or cheat meals in your current strategy? If you are, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're new here and want more nutritional content just like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified as and when I release new content, and let's get into it. To be clear, you do not need refeed meals if you're already in a calorie surplus or at maintenance. You only need to be utilizing these when you're in a cut. So if you're not currently in a cut, this video probably isn't going to be as much use to you. Save it, come back to it when you are. So firstly, it can boost your leptin levels. And this is the hormone that regulates your food intake and your appetite. And it decreases when you're in a deficit, so it can make it hard to feel satisfied. It's basically going to make you feel hungry. It's your body's way of encouraging you to eat more because the body knows it is in a deficit. So it can help to rebalance that and just stop you feeling hungry all the time. 2, it can refill your muscle glycogen stores. And this is really useful because when you are on a cut for a continued period of time, you basically deplete and you limit your muscles' ability to store that glycogen. Glycogen is a long chain carbohydrate and it's stored in your muscles and your liver, and it's basically available so that when you are exercising, when you need that quick burst energy, it's there. This is basically going to help us stop feeling kind of that skinny, weak, deflated feeling that you can get when you're on an intense cut for a while. It's going to help give us more energy for when we're in the gym, help us perform better, ultimately get that kind of progression, help break our muscles down more so that we can keep those gains coming in. 3, can help with our metabolism, and this is going to help prevent muscle loss plateaus caused by a process known as adaptive thermogenesis. And this is basically the body trying to protect itself by encouraging us to consume more calories to get up back into a surplus, and also it will limit the amount of energy that we are expending. So even down to things like it will stop the body fidgeting as more. It will try and encourage it to move less to protect those calories out, because it knows you're limiting the calories in. And this can really slow weight loss, and obviously we want to do everything we can to kind of counteract that and try and almost trick the body into thinking that food is plentiful, so it keeps our kind of weight loss going without these kind of bad effects kicking in. 4, it's good mentally. By allowing ourselves to have these breaks, you are consuming more of the foods that you may otherwise kind of cut out permanently as part of your ongoing calorie restrictions, and this in some cases can lead to negative associations with food or food disorders of one type or another, which we obviously don't want. So by allowing these kind of diet breaks, it kind of reduces the chances of that happening. And number 5, it may reduce your chances of binging because you are giving yourself a set period of time to be in a calorie deficit, knowing that at the end of that we are going to have a diet break. We're going to be able to consume more of the foods that we're probably looking forward to. Kind of gives you a little reward, something to look forward to, and because it's not too far away, the chances of getting there are increased, which gives you a lot better chance of kind of breaking your diet, binging, and then kind of feeling like you've screwed the pooch, so to speak. So it can really help with that. So there are my 5 tips. A few other things that you need to know if you want to implement these. Firstly, we want to always protect our protein target. Then when we are increasing our calories on our refeed days, we want to increase those back up to around maintenance, and you want to get the majority of the increase in those calories from carbohydrates, because that's what's going to have the biggest effect on your kind of leptin levels and also your glycogen stores. So if you want to implement diet breaks, refeed days, how do we do it? What's the process? And also, how often should you be doing it? Well, unless you are at a very low body fat percentage already and you are on a particularly harsh cut, then, you know, for guys, we're talking less than 10% body fat, for women, less than 15%. You want to be introducing your kind of diet breaks, your refeed meals around every 2 weeks. If you are quite low body fat or you are on a very intense cut, then you might want to step that up to kind of every week. But for the majority of people, every 2 weeks is going to be fine. When we're talking about how many, it's been shown that 2-day diet breaks are probably going to be more effective than a 1-day. This is basically just because it takes a little bit of time to kind of reduce these effects that you've kind of had from this prolonged cut. You also want to really kind of refill your glycogen stores and kind of convince your body that food is plentiful and that it shouldn't be dealing with any of this like adaptive thermogenesis. So for that, I kind of aim for around 2 days every 2 weeks. This gives plenty of time, and like I say, we need to make sure that we're not going crazy with the calories. Like I say, you want to be stepping up from your cut to around maintenance. You don't want to just be going crazy, and you want to be getting the majority of those extra calories from carbohydrates whilst at the same time protecting your protein. So I hope you found that useful. I hope you can see how using these diet breaks, these refeed days can really help to kind of boost your fat loss goals whilst also kind of keeping you motivated at the same time. So for me, it's a win-win. I know that, you know, potentially you can end up, you know, it might take you slightly longer depending on how many days and how many calories you're adding back in. But you've got to remember that ultimately it is a journey. You don't want to be in hell every single day and cutting out all the foods that you love. By having these regular refeed days, like I say, every 2 weeks, I take a weekend to basically enjoy more of the foods that I like. I up my carbohydrates, and the week following, I'm always really good in the gym. So it really works well. Like I say, I'd love to know if you're currently using refeed days or diet breaks, so make sure you let me know in the comments below. Again, if you're new here, consider subscribing and hit that bell icon to get notified as soon as I release new content just like this. And I'll see you in the next video.